What are the condition you want? You can write. OK. You can keep when rule, or always. If you have chosen always, by default, it will take this path only. Always. OK. You understand the decision shape. Decision shape is to choose a path based on some conditions. OK. Any questions, guys, on decision shape? Decision shape is fine, right? Each connector will be having an option to specify the condition. If that particular condition is true, it will choose that path. Yeah, got it. Got it right. Decision shape. And next one we need to discuss is a sub-process. OK. If you want to invoke one flow from another flow, you will use a sub-process. Suppose there is one reusable flow. OK. Suppose there is one reusable flow. You want to invoke that particular flow from this flow. You will use sub-process. If you double-click on the sub-process, it will ask for a flow name. If you double-click on a sub-process, it will ask for a flow name. See Filter by Process Flow and it will ask for a flow name. So if you want to call any flow from this particular flow, it will use a sub-process. Here you can keep a sub-process. You can connect this connector. Got it right, guys? Sub-process. C. If you want to call one data transform from another data transform, you will use Apply Data Transform. If you want to call one activity from another activity, you will use Call method. CLL Call method. OK. If you want to include one section in another section, you will use Embedded Section. In a layout you have Embedded Section, if you remember. OK. Similarly, if you want to call one flow from another flow, you will use sub-process. OK. Sub-process is a shape where you, if you want to invoke any other flow from this particular flow, you will use sub-process and you have to mention that flow name inside this box. In this case, like from decision flow, how system will know where to go. Like it will directly go to the sub-process, or what? No, you need a specific condition here. You have to mention some condition here. You will write a when condition. You will write some condition here based on the condition it will choose. Whichever the connector became true, it will follow that particular shape, like that particular connector place. If suppose this connector became true, it will follow this path. If the below connector is true, it will become this path. If top one is true, it will choose a top path. Clear right decision shape is very simple. Yeah. We will specify. Yeah. When rules on every connector, which connector's condition becomes true, that path it will choose. Flow, that particular flow it will choose. OK. Sub-process also clear, right? If you want to invoke one flow from another flow, you will use a sub-process. Any questions, guys? OK. And next one you have is like most automation. Yeah. Utility is there. Utility is nothing but an activity. Okay, you have learned activities, write activities. You have already saw like we have methods in an activity. Like obj open. Obj, save property. Set page clear messages. These methods are there, right? This is for activity. If you are invoking any activity from a flow level, that is called utility. Let me write it down. If we are invoking any activity from flow level, it is called utility. It is called utility. See, utility is nothing but activity only, but the activity which is getting called from a flow level. If you double-click on the utility share, see it is asking for activity only. Here, they have chosen activity. If you don't click, you will get all the activity rules. You will get all the activity rules. See, generate ID is an activity. If you double-click, if you click on this crosshair icon, that activity will get opened. Okay. If you want to call any activity from utility, from flow, then you will use this utility share. See, this is an activity. Generate ID is an activity. Any questions, guys? Utility. So whenever you are using utilities, okay, you will define one activity here, right, that activity. If you mention this activity as a utility type, see, they have mentioned that activity type is utility. If you mention the activity as utility type, the performance will be good. Okay. Activity type is nothing, but where you are invoking this activity. You can invoke activities in multiple places. If it is a normal activity, if you are invoking from a normal place like a flow, action, or a button. You saw write any sections in an event action model. For a button you remember, or should I show you one more time? Let me show you one more time. Suppose there is a flow action. Inside a flow action, let us think there is a section. Okay, let me come to this section. I am saying the normal activity. In the same you can invoke activities from multiple places. Okay. One place you can invoke from a flow level. Okay, using the utility shape. Okay. Another place from sections also you can invoke. How you will invoke? You will drag and drop a button. If you double-click, if you open the button, you have an event action model, right? We have discussed this event. Action model. You add an event as click and on an action, click on all actions. You have run activity here. See in the bottom you have here. You see, you have run activity. You saw run activity. If you click on run activity, it will ask for activity name. From sections. Also, you can invoke an activity. These are all normal activities. Like if, on click of a button, if you want to fetch some employee information, or if you want to show some details, how you will show. You have to pull the details from database, right? So you will run an activity on click of a button. Got it, guys? Any confusions? No confusions, right? What I'm trying to say is simple. We can invoke activities from multiple places. Okay, we can invoke from sections, we can invoke from flow actions. I'll show you that one. We can invoke from flows, also how to invoke from flow. You have to use this utility shape. That's it. If you need to invoke this from a flow action, you have to use a utility shape. We can only do this activities right. Prompt for an activity. Any questions, guys? Can't we invoke data transforms? Like we are invoking these activities right. So can't we? Yeah, that one was introduced recently in automations. See, run data transform is there. If you add this shape, it will ask for data transform name. You will invoke a data transform from flow level. Run a data transform select. You will get some data transforms here. Actually, it's not coming.